Welcome to the channel. So on this channel, no dust, no worries. As you might be able to guess from the name, I'm going to conduct a Hearthstone experiment. I think that a lot of what we see online, and especially the tournaments, is based around having really powerful cards, having a lot of stuff that costs a lot of dust, having decks that cost a ton of dust. With the exception of like say Face Hunter and Zoo Warlock. It feels like it's impossible to do well in Hearthstone unless you have a lot of dust or money spent on packs, which end up giving you legendaries or epic cards. So my experiment is to see how well you can do playing Hearthstone without any I guess the concept comes down to without any really expensive cards. It's sort of the concept is a little bit like free to play, but not quite, because from what I've seen in other free to play runs that other YouTubers have done, they focus on one class, they focus on one deck concept, and they sort of quote unquote free to play and try to reach the epitome of that deck concept as soon as possible and then climb the ladder. Now, that's fine, that's cool, that's fine if that's what you want to do, but I think Hearthstone is a lot more fun when you can experiment with things and play different classes and really see what you can do, given the limits of the sort of, your play style. Perhaps you're a player that wants to have the best cards, the strongest cards, and that's cool, all the best of luck. But for me, I really want to test the game and I guess test myself and see how well I will go playing with cards that don't include the powerful legendaries, that don't include the powerful epics, and as an additional restriction upon myself that we're not doing adventures. Maybe in the future, that's something we can consider, but let's approach it as a newbie, as a newbie might approach the game, and see how it goes. So what I've actually done with this account is I've done the tutorials and I've done one practice game against Rogue, because I intend, if you watch these videos, you'll see that I'm a pretty big Rogue fan. So what I will do now is open the one pack that I got from playing a game. And most of these cards are not relevant to Rogue, but I'll keep them around, and see what happens in the future. And we will hop in and make a Rogue deck. So let's just clear out these little colourful doohickeys. Okay, let's make our no dust Rogue deck. And I think the first video will be sticking to making the deck, and will be really, this video is for me to outline what I intend to do with the series and I guess with the channel as a whole, and sort of set up where we're going next. Okay, so powerful Rogue cards, yes, all good, all good. I think Sap is really good, but only in moderation. I don't think you can have two Saps unless you're playing a very specific deck. 1-drops, let's put in a couple of 1-drops, put in a couple of 2-drops, and really going back to this like a blank canvas. This is sort of like a blank canvas of a Hearthstone account, and it really is quite illuminating how limited the collection is when you have nothing. And at the moment, I'm just going through picking up, cards that I think that will fill out my curve. 2 Stormwind Champs, 2 Boulder Fist Ogres. For 5-drops, I think I like Commandos because, well, they're quick, and I think when you're climbing the ladder, when you're playing against predominantly aggro metas. You know, aggressive paladins, aggressive hunters. You'll always find aggressive hunters. It's really useful to have quick cards. Having said that though, I have no other quick 5-drops, so I will pick up a Frostwolf. It comes to 4s, yes. And I think we are lacking a little bit of card draw, so I will put in Gnomish. And with Rogue, it's really important to have card draw actually, because what I've learned from playing Rogue is you have a lot of tempo plays. You know, you have backstab, which costs nothing, so you sort of you can burn through your cards very quickly as Rogue. And so a class like Rogue needs a little bit more card draw. I mean, if you're playing the tempo cards, you probably need a little bit more card draw than a usual, you know, a different class, say a slower class, say like Paladin or Shaman. And also the Rogue's hero power doesn't really, the value from the hero power doesn't really build up over time. It's sort of you have the weapon and then you use the weapon, and if you know, re-weapon up while you have one charge, it kind of sucks. So it's really helpful for Rogue to have a little bit of extra card draw. Having said that, I'm currently debating whether to put in some Novice Engineers. I think I will for now, and we'll run the deck out and see how it goes. This is it's so annoying not to have the minor crystals down here. I think they'll open up, you know, after picking up a couple of extra cards, and I won't have to deal with. I guess, you know, as a more as an older player, as a player who's been playing since basically since it went into beta. You know, I'm pretty used to having the luxuries of someone who knows the game, but I guess, you know, Blizzard has its reasons for not putting these extra things. They want to ramp in the learning curve. Okay, so we got oh, that's right, we're missing a couple of 1-drops. I mistook Deadly Poison for some 1-drops. Let's put in some Murlocs, and since we're running Shattered Sun, we want a little bit of a stronger early game, and I think this will be okay for our first game on ladder. And I think I'll leave it here, and we will go to the next video to see what happens for our first couple of games of the No Dust No Worries Rogue Ladder Climb. See you next time.